What's up, everybody? We're just having all kinds of fun. Uh, this week, I believe we've got one, two, three, four shows that we'll be doing this week. So we're going to start everything off on this wonderful Monday afternoon. And yes, I've got my tank top on because it is warm outside. But we're going to start everything off with a heck of an artist. His writing is awesome. When you look at him, you're not going to think this boy can sing country. But trust me, I don't think there's anything this man cannot sing. It's just amazing. I think it's like maybe three octaves. I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, Ryan, you there, Ryan?
Hey, how are we doing?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, well, last time you was in the studio, so.
I'm happy to be here virtually.
Yeah, this is the first time virtually with you, so it's kind of cool. How many octaves do you do?
Let's say 2.5.
Okay, well, I was just curious because I've heard you sing and perform on stage, and you're right in there, and I'm just like, dude. And then Julie come home the other day with your new song. Shoot me for forgetting the damn name of the song.
Last Man Standing.
No, the beers.
Here's the beer.
Yeah. She come in the other day and was telling me about it, and I'm like, he didn't do Tears of Beer. And she's like, no, he did. And I'm like, cool. Let's pull it up and listen to it. So I listened to it, and I'm like, well, son of a bitch. You knocked it out of the park. So what's the new one?
The new one, yeah, it's Last Man Standing. That one just came out on Friday.
Actually, that's why I haven't heard it.
Yep, brand new. Just launched that one. I've had it in my back pocket for a little while, and I've been waiting for the right time. And I think now is the perfect time to put that one out there. And the feedback so far has been it's been really inspiring, actually. So I'm so happy I got to get that one out in the hands of the public.
Yeah, I'll listen to it later.
Please.
Just so we can jam out.
Awesome.
I'm trying to get comfortable. You ever sit in a chair and you just can't get comfortable no matter what you're doing?
Yep. I know the feeling. I'm experiencing that myself.
Got these, I can imagine.
Really worn out office chairs up here. Plenty of them, as you can see.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting at the producer's desk because Caitlin's not here, and I'm sitting in her chair, and I just can't get comfortable in this freaking chair. I don't see how she does it. You got to be comfortable. Got to be comfortable. Oh, Lord. So what you got going on for CMA Fest, buddy?
Oh, we're gonna be coming down there, Thursday, I believe. We're flying in, and then we're gonna play on Friday at Jelly Rolls Goodnight Nashville.
Awesome.
Right on the Strip. So we'll be jamming out there Friday evening, and then Saturday we're gonna be at the Troubadour, the Texas Troubadour.
Sweet.
For the a show showcasing. There's gonna be 12 artists, I want to say. It's a pretty solid lineup of artists, so it's going to be a show definitely you don't want to miss.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to miss it because I'll be at the CMA press room. Another wild moment.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Oh yeah, especially with the lineup that Julie's putting together right now. I mean, we did 48 interviews last year, so we're hoping. I told her at least cut it off at 50 this year.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
that's incredible. Getting to meet all those artists and songwriters and everyone that's really a part of that. That's really awesome. That's really exciting.
Oh yeah. Well, you ought to try to play some of the stages down there.
I'd love to. We're definitely aiming for that. So we're gonna keep working towards it, and whatever we can do to get on that stage, I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah, because it's I think it opens up to where you can put in for the stages that the CMA controls. Um, February, I think.
Okay.
So then you can get all that in and get on the stage and wave to the peoples. Say, howdy, peoples. This is me.
I love it.
But that's the bad part. I don't. Last year, Julie was like, "We got a little bit of a break. You want to go down and walk around and look at stuff and everything else?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we went down and walked around and everything, and I was just like, "Dude, it's unreal." Which, speaking of that, Julie just said, "Hello, Ryan."
Hi, Julie.
But it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, when you get out on the strip, it's just a sea of people. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't matter what time. It starts early in the morning and ends 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's still just filled with people, and I feel like it's becoming more and more popular. It's getting bigger and bigger
Oh
and
yeah.
bigger every year.
Oh yeah. I mean
Especially,
that riverfront stage is just packed,
hmm
and that's a ton of people.
oh God, yeah, it's 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 massive. I mean, think they fill up all those arenas over there. There's the Bridgestone, the Nissan Stadium. I mean, they're filling
Yeah.
up all that, plus all the other stages scattered
Well,
throughout the city.
what's wild is we did interviews last year, and we were getting there at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. And dude, the freaking lines to get into that place was forever long.
Hmm
I couldn't get over it. And I forgot how many people they actually got last year, but I know they're expecting more this year.
It's almost hard to believe. I
Yeah.
mean, it's that they even have enough time to get all these artists and musicians up there. It's
Yeah.
intense.
Well, I mean, usually the PR people and stuff like that will give you like 10 minutes each artist, 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This year we're doing more 30-minute ones. I'm happy about that. And I just hope it's not clustered all to crap, because I wasn't able to get out of the building and roam around and do stuff because I was staying right there doing the interviews and stuff.
hmm
But dude, that press room back there was full of artists all the time, and everybody's going to meet their individual person that they're supposed to do an interview with and all that stuff. And it just gets crazy back there.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when you appreciate Julie, who's got snacks that she hid. So
absolutely some snacks and keeping the schedule tight, right?
oh yeah.
That's always really important.
Well, like I tell everybody, if you ever get hungry, just seek a woman and it's got a purse, and I guarantee there's food in there.
It's probably true. It's true.
Yeah. Dude, she had powdered donuts, she had honey buns, she had crackers, all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
It's pretty funny when you have a guest on and the guest is like, I'll take the powdered donuts.
I know when I get hungry, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, just find Julie. That's all you got to do. But I think you'll have fun at both those where you're playing at. How many songs are you doing each stage?
Yeah, I believe for the Jelly Roll show, I believe that's an hour set.
Okay.
So I'm gunning for and I'm gonna do it acoustically. It's gonna be a different style for me this year. Last year I brought my band down. This year we're gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna do more of an acoustic style. I
Right.
think we're gonna incorporate more originals than covers,
Yeah.
and let that kind of plant the seed and see what the response is like this year. It's every year it gets bigger and bigger and better. So I'm pretty stoked to return and get to do a different style
Oh
of
yeah.
Ryan O'Neal. So
Yeah. It's now you got me wanting to hear it now. So Because I mean, only thing I've ever heard you with was with the band.
Mhm.
I've never
Yeah.
heard you do just an acoustic.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of avoided doing acoustic stuff just, by myself because I had only picked up the guitar like last February.
Yeah.
So I'm still pretty new to it. I'm still figuring it out for the most part. So, there's going to be that dynamic kind of hitting us with the show. So I'm I'm preparing the best I can. But for me, it's more about the vocal talent. And it's more about the song.
Yeah.
As long as the message is getting across, that's the most important thing to me.
Well, that's something that I always admired about you. When you're singing a song, it's like you're living that song and you can actually put the emotions behind it and you can hear it in your voice and it comes out so rich and creamy. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that that's one of the most important aspects of being an artist is being able to take a song and you need to be able to not only understand it enough to be able to put your emotion and put your soul into what you're doing because at the end of the day, what good is just singing a song if it's not
Yeah.
fulfilling a purpose, right? You gotta have the message down. You gotta sing it with the intention,
Yeah.
right? So that's really important to me at least.
Say, I've heard artists, especially newer artists when they're starting out and everything. It's like, put something into that. Why are you so monotone and straight across? I mean, I didn't get it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely songs that are written more to be performed in that style, but you know, if you're gonna break out a ballad, you gotta sing it with your soul. Sing it
Oh
like you
yeah.
mean it.
Get some tears out of some people.
Hmm. That's actually really funny you say that because I performed my first song, which was Fly, um, last year at one of the festivals here in Detroit. And there's this couple that was dancing right in front of us. And I just recall watching the lady start to tear up and cry. She broke out into tears, and there was like two or three other people that were just like sitting around that ended up starting to cry as well. And I'm like, wow, I think I've done something here.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I didn't think that. I don't know. I never intended for the song to be that way, but to just know that it was so powerful to somebody else
Yeah,
that it made them so emotional. That's like I can't even describe that feeling. That's like a similar feeling to when someone is singing the words of my own song back to me,
right.
right? I'm just like amazed that they know it, right? It's
Oh yeah.
just I can't describe the feeling. I can't describe the feeling.
It's a uber coolness is what I call it.
Uber coolness. I like it.
But that's I've been an MC at several different shows and stuff, and that's one thing that I like, even though I'm standing backstage, is to hear the audience, the fans, singing that song back to the artist that's up there, and it
Y-
just the energy, man, just the energy alone from it.
you can't even put words behind it. You
No,
can't. I can't describe the feeling and if there's any like young artists that are watching this or that will see this that uh, you'll understand it when it happens.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it happen to a younger artist, and it blew her away where she was almost in tears.
Hmm.
Joy tears
Yeah.
because hearing it come back and realizing, holy crap, these people know my song.
Right. And they're getting all that out of it, and yeah, it's really touching.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I loved about a lot of artists nowadays is they're paying more attention to the fans, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's really important. Your fan base are those are your people, right? Those are your
Oh yeah.
followers. Those are that's who you're speaking to, you're writing to. And and I think I'm pretty fortunate to have a very dynamic fan base. Um, even is starting out where I'm at. I think
Mhm.
that I've got a very dynamic age range, right? I've got,
Yeah.
both male, female from, I don't know, 15 to 65. Like
Yeah.
I feel like music is one of those things that can speak to anybody. And I
Yeah.
try to design my songs in a way that it can speak to anybody at any point in their life, and they'll be able to take it and understand and like relate to it, right?
Right.
I think that's something that is really important that not all music does. And there are going to be songs, I'm sure, that aren't that's they're just not going to be tailored that way. But the stuff I write, I really try to craft it in such a way that anyone at any point in their life can listen to the song and be like, I've been there, I've done that, I've lived that, I felt that way.
Yep.
That to me, that's a good songwriter. That's special.
Well, see, I'm one of those guys. I believe. Okay, say you wrote 25 songs and you're listening to them and you're going through them and you're like, well, let's cut this one, let's cut that one, and we'll put these over to the side for a little bit. I'm the guy that's hollering, no, record them all, because you never know what song is going to touch somebody, change their life, or even save somebody.
That's true. That's very true.
I was talking to a buddy of mine, Billy Hester, and I was just like, because he's got all these songs in a crate in the back of his closet. And I'm like, dude, pull that crap out. Let people hear it.
Yep.
If it was wrote, then there's something behind it. So cut it.
Hmm.
Let people hear it.
Yep. Even if it touches and holds even one person,
Yeah.
what if it saves one life?
Yeah. That's all
You
it
know,
needs.
that's all it needs.
I think it's cool as hell when that happens. Kelly Brown said, hello, Ryan.
Hello, Kelly.
I got the comments turned on. I don't know if you can see them on your side, but I got them on my side.
I cannot see them.
Yeah, I got them on my side. It's one thing I like about this live streaming stuff. More interaction with the fans. I like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I like to get out there and talk to the people and answer questions they've got and tell them about who I am and you know the direction we're heading with our upcoming music and
Mm-hmm.
what's all to show. So
Yeah. And it's like Wade Jennings said when he was on my show, he'll stand at the merch booth after the show and he'll stand there and he'll take pictures and autograph and talk to the fans that come by and everything else. He didn't care if it was 3-4 o'clock in the morning. As long as somebody wanted to talk to him and do something, he was there for them. And I love that.
hmm yeah, that is a really important piece to all of this. When you've got a fan base that's coming out to see you play and spending their time
Mm-hmm.
and energy on you, yeah, I think that's really important to at least meet them, at
Oh, yeah.
least sign a T-shirt or a picture or get a picture with them. That stuff goes a lot long, a really long ways,
Oh, yeah.
especially to the people. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm
And
all about it.
a lot of the artists love that.
Hmm.
Because I remember back in the day, back in the 80s and stuff, you couldn't hardly get to an artist unless it was like fanfare or something.
Yeah.
It was just crazy back then because everybody had that secret life. You don't want
Yeah.
anybody to know. So
Right.
how many songs are you coming out with?
Well, I just dropped Last Man Standing. I've got another two or three on deck right now, that
Sweet.
we're aiming for this year. So we've got a pretty consistent release schedule. I've got a handful. Well, I've got a pocket full of songs. that are on the chart. We're gonna end up probably cutting here really soon, which is really exciting because I always love that aspect of making a song, taking it from just that rough guitar demo of when you first wrote it,
Yeah.
and then taking that in the studio and just seeing what happens with it. It's such a magical thing.
Oh yeah. And if you got a really good producer, you can actually take a step back and be like, damn.
Seriously. Oh, that's the part that gets me so excited. It's almost like I can't even describe it. It's like the feeling when when you've wanted something for so long and you finally get it. You're just so excited. You're giddy, right?
Yeah.
That's me when I get in the studio. I'm like, I can barely contain my excitement.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I hear the first guitar strum and I'm like, oh my God, this is just heaven.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people love it. Of course, back in the
It's
day, I was always the guy recording people because we were doing it on reel to reel and ADAT tape and all that stuff. That was before Pro Tools and all that.
all that the what all the studios are using now. It's honestly it's really impressive the stuff they can do with the songs and just the technology that's incorporated in it. It's just
Hmm.
it's changed the creation of or the idea of even being in a studio so much. You can do so many instruments right from a little keyboard now.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, I
intense.
mean, then you got this new stuff that Jeff Huskins is doing, that Dolby Atmos,
Hmm.
and it is just incredible to hear.
Yeah, that's really cool technology. I don't. My brain doesn't even really grasp how it works. He's a wizard at it, honestly.
I
He's
mean,
just
I don't know exactly how it works, but we were down there doing some shows, and we did a show with him, and um, we got to sit in the big boy chair, and he was dialing it in and turned it up, and I was just like, holy crap. Because when you can hear the guitar start in front of you and then it starts wrapping around you and then finishes up behind you, I was just like, holy crap.
yeah, it's intense. It is. It's like I said, I don't even understand how they can even make that happen. But
Hmm.
but it's really cool, and it's really cool to hear it when it's done. You put your AirPods in or your they got some of those headphones that have some of this Dolby technology in it, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. I'm like, I've sat in the chair with the guy that's mixed that song, with the guy that did the Dolby for that, and it's just moving all the way around. It's so cool.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy as all get out. Eric
Yes.
Morrow said hello, and he said, I love the music where you let the music speak. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
The music is supposed to speak.
Hmm.
Eric, if the guitar could do the singing, that's when it's like full on right then.
So true.
Yeah, it's crazy how some of these guitarists are. But you can't beat a steel.
That's one of my favorite instruments, period. I can't play it, but it's the most beautiful thing to listen to.
I think you got to be about 3/4 crazy just to play the daggum thing, because
It,
it's unlike any other instrument that I've seen. And dude, there's some guys out there, they can make it cry, they can make it all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, damn, it'll wear you out.
that's oh yeah. That's yeah. Oh God, it's just beautiful. That's another part of the studio experience that I always really liked is as soon as they start picking on the steel guitar, it's just the most beautiful. I can't even describe it. I can't even put it into words. if you haven't experienced it, you need to get out there and experience it.
Oh yeah.
Witness that thing wailing and crying. It's just so beautiful. Oh,
That's one thing that uh, I didn't really like because country music actually went through a period where you didn't hear them. You didn't hear the fiddle. You didn't. It was just like two or three guitars, a bass, and a drum, and that was it. You know,
hmm
uh, Jason Aldean had that, and then that's one thing I was happy about when I did CMA Fest last year. A lot of the younger artists, the music they were cutting, they were actually incorporating it back into country music.
yeah. I was gonna highlight that as well. I've been seeing a lot of people that are really starting to turn to country. And I
Mm-hmm.
almost think it's going back towards some of the like older style stuff. I mean, there's country pop, it's still very popular, still very common, but there are a lot more newer artists or people switching over to country that are really finding more interest in the authentic
Yeah.
classic style country music, and which is an amazing thing. That was it Zach Top?
Mm-hmm.
He's a newer artist, and he's really got the old style country going on.
Oh yeah.
I like it. All my friends love listening to it. That's a really strong direction, and it's really inspiring because there aren't a lot of young artists really chasing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really inspiring.
Yeah. Because I talked to one guy. He said they were actually doing a little bit of harmonica in there with the fiddle and putting the steel back in a couple of his songs and all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, hell yeah, I love it.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, it needs to be.
I agree. I want to break out. I think I need a little change up in some of my instrumentation. I think I want some fiddle
Yeah.
in some of my songs moving forward. But that's what it's all about, right? Getting in there, experimenting a little bit with different songs, different styles. And that's
Yeah.
that's another beauty of being in there. You can go in, you can say, "No, I don't really like the way that kind of came out. Can we try it a different way? Let's do a little bit more of this and change that around a little bit." And that's what it is. It's crafting music, right?
Oh
The
yeah. And
first your
then you take a lunch break or something and you come back and the producer didn't take a lunch break and he's been in there messing with the stuff and you come back and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, no, it's serious. It's like I said, it's pretty intense the stuff that they can do and change just on the fly, but getting in there and listening to it and getting a feel for it, that's really important.
Hmm. Definitely. So when you gonna get that record deal, dude?
I'm trying for it. I'm trying.
I
I want to
only
keep.
I only ask that because I love your voice.
Oh, thank you. I I would love for it to happen. I really do. I'm working as hard as I can to give this my all, and I really hope that it pays off. I'm certain it will. It's
Oh
just going
yeah.
to take some time. That's all.
Well, it's I tell a lot of people right now, you don't really need the record deal. It's nice to have, but with all the technology and everything that's going on right now, you could run your distribution, you could run all of it just right off the computer.
Yeah.
You just got to have somebody that knows computers real good
hmm
and then get a good marketing person. Marketing's a big thing now.
Yeah. A lot of these people, they have a full blown team or like small agency that does a lot of this stuff for them. It's intense because I mean you got to keep up with the trends, right?
Oh yeah.
I've been picking up on that. I've got keep on top of what's going on. What are people doing on TikTok? How can I incorporate my song or my new upcoming single, or right? So that stuff's all really important, and keeping the content fresh, and that stuff's real. It
Well,
makes a big difference.
you can always do a microphone and put your pajamas on and sit in the middle of your bed and sing songs.
Yeah, there's that. That is an idea.
Well,
The
I mean,
funny thing is,
you see
there's a
these
lot of people
girls
doing
doing it. I think that's one thing I liked about Alexandra Kay. She's like doing the get a coffee with me or get ready with me and stuff like that. And that really helped her out because she was constantly putting content out.
hmm
And then it helps when you go to make coffee and then you have somebody way bigger than you show up and stand by your side while you're doing coffee. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just let me know when you're going to make coffee.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
I'm not a coffee guy though, man.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
I tried it way back in the day when that movie came out, What Women Want, with Mel Gibson playing the lead in it,
Okay.
where he could read women's minds and stuff. But he went into a coffee shop and he ordered a particular coffee, and it stuck with me. So for about 3 or 4 months after that, every weekend I would try, Saturday morning I would try that cup of coffee that he drank. And you talking about a sugar overload. Oh my God. Extra whip, please.
Some of the stuff they've got now is pretty intense as far as that goes. But yeah, there's nothing like a good espresso, uh, to start the day.
Yeah, but don't you have to go to France to actually get a real espresso?
I mean, probably.
Only thing I can say is you better start booking some shows over there.
Hey, I do have some. So I have noticed I've got a little uptick in plays from that region. So
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
do.
wild. We've actually been talking about this for since CMA Fest last year. So that's almost a year. It's amazing to me, the Australia, Europe, Germany, Spain, all these places are like jamming out on country music and getting a lot of American country music people to come over and play.
hmm Yeah, it's a really growing genre, right?
Yeah.
I want to say that it's kind of turning more into. I mean, it's always been a style for sure, but
Yeah.
there's subsegments, right? There's country pop, there's country hip hop, there's traditional style country. There- there's so much of it right now. It's changing so drastically, and I've noticed a lot of like the popular artists are really kind of turning over to country music, and um, and I think that's a great thing. I think that country, the country community, should definitely, let a lot of these people in with open arms. There's some really fantastic artists. I think Hollywood is, you know, it's changing. They call Nashville the new Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
No.
For Nashville, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but traffic wise, no.
That is so true, actually. That is so true, actually.
I went down to a bar, and it was on a Saturday, and an artist I was going down to look at and talk to was on. I think she went on stage at like 2:30 and she played till 6. We got there around 5 on a Saturday, and it's raining. Dude, you could barely walk. It was just packed everywhere.
Yeah. That is the one thing that really has changed so much with Nashville. I mean, it's outgrowing itself at a rapid pace, right? There's
Yeah.
just so many people. I lived down there back last year for a very short time, but the traffic was just insane. I had a commute from downtown Nashville out towards like the Mount Juliet, Lebanon area,
Right.
and I mean, realistically, that's not a very far drive. It's not. It's like 20 minutes maybe of smooth sailing, no traffic.
Yeah. At like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. The mornings aren't any better. The evenings, terrible. Midday,
Mhm.
terrible.
Getting off,
It's an hour drive. It's
yeah, and trying to get off the exit, you might as well tag it on another 20 minutes because of red light and everything else.
Mhm.
It's just, it's crazy out there.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely outgrowing itself. So I don't know what they're gonna end up doing, but
They got to do something.
it's need to widen the highways. I don't know.
Yeah, most of the interstates now are like 5 lanes, and it's still packed. See, I was
Gosh,
born and raised here, and back in, I hate this terminology, but it's the only way I know. Back in my day, 65 north and south was 2 lanes. That's all it was, and it was never packed, and it was never busy as all get out.
My, how it's changed.
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up right there off of Jones Avenue, Trinity Lane area, and I could leave my house Saturday at like a 6:30 in the afternoon, go hit 65 north and cut a beeline straight on up to Rivergate. That's back when the mall was open and everything else. And you just go out there and go cruising around and hanging out, and all your buds will show up, and you just had a good time.
Yeah.
Now, I think you'd probably be better off just doing StreamYard with them or something. Zoom
Honestly,
them.
honestly, yeah. Like way easier.
Have you wrote a song with somebody else with a co-writer and use Zoom or whatever?
Have I done it with a co-writer?
Yeah, like
Not over Zoom. I did, well, that's not true. I did a FaceTime song session.
yeah.
Um, gosh, 2 years ago now. And it was definitely a different experience, different style of writing. Did I like it as much? No.
See,
Right.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and they prefer the one-on-one in a room, hanging out, pizza being
There's
delivered.
there's something to be said about the feel
Yeah,
and I don't know, there's just something unique about when you're in the room, the ideas just kind of fumble off each other, right? You're kind of
yeah,
bouncing. There's an energy. It's just you can't match that on a Zoom call.
right. See, I've never really sat in on some people writing songs and stuff. And I was always curious how all that would work out,
Hmm. It's
Y'all go in there and sit down and go, what do you got?
Honestly, yeah.
Start.
From my experience, it that's kind of how it starts. You just sit down, you're like, well, what do you got? Have you come up with anything? Well, I was kind of working on this. I took a voice memo of that.
Yeah.
And then either go with it or something new comes up, or you say that's terrible and we're doing something else.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. And everybody, you could show five different people that same voice memo, and everyone was going to tell you something different, right? One person's going to hate it, one person's going to love it, one person wants to run with it.
Yeah.
So
And the
there's
other person thinks it's going to make everybody a star. So.
exactly.
So out of all the songs that you wrote, what's your favorite that you wrote? It's almost like a trick question.
Um, what's my favorite? Wow, that's a really good question. I think my favorite would probably be it's a ballad type song. It's really beautiful. It's called Goodbye Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I don't that one kind of inspired me. I was just one night sitting at the piano all by myself, and I was I don't know, I just kind of hit a few chords, put something together, and the lyrics just naturally started flowing.
Yeah.
And I quickly did the little voice memo, and I took that to another writer, and I said, I think there's something here. Let's pick it apart piece by piece, and I really want to make this thing perfect.
Right.
Um, and sure enough, we spent an afternoon on it and nailed the song down. I took it to the studio. I gave the producer a handful of songs, and that was one of the ones. He's like, "That's a great song. I think that will go really far with country radio."
Right.
And he said, actually, it could even it could go into Christian radio. It could go to pop radio. It could go so many different directions. So that's why I really like it. Aside from the meaning.
Right.
But yeah, it's a good song. I can't wait for everyone to hear that one.
You ain't released it yet?
Not out yet.
Man. I can't wait
That
till it comes out.
I can't speak to when that one will come out because I think I think that might be part of a bigger project. Let me just say that.
Uh EP or album?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Dude, I've been wanting you to do an album ever since I met you. And that was, God, 2 years ago I met you.
Hmm. Can't believe it already.
Yeah,
Gosh, time is flying.
it's crazy, dude. 'Cause, I mean,
Yeah,
you're going out and you're writing, you're doing your music, and you're on stage and you're playing here and playing there, and then we blinked. Ta-da, we're here.
it's surreal, really. It is.
Yeah, but you're still young. You got a lot of years left.
I know, but I feel like I'm picking up on this more as time goes by. But I honestly do feel like you just blink and a month has passed,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's been 6 months,
Yeah.
and now it's been a year. I c- I can't believe we're pretty much at the end of May.
Yeah. Because, I
I
mean, well, you got to remember 2 years ago, you were out at my Christmas show. And then
Yeah.
we did some stuff downtown where I was emceeing, and you played there. And then you came and was on the show here. And I was
Yeah.
sitting there the other day going, I know Ryan's been on the show, but I can't remember when. And she had to pull it up to see when you was on. And I was like, holy crap. Really?
I know. I'm like, and so much changes in that short time too. It really hasn't been that long, but there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, every month, something's changing, and but that's life. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing that I find is wild as all get out, because I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I go to work at 4. I get off at 1:30. I come home. I do podcasting. So my day's full. And then I end up going to bed about 7:30, 8 o'clock. But when you're busy, I notice time passes a whole lot quicker.
Hmm.
So it's a good thing we're busy.
It is. It sure is.
We could be sitting around, nobody wanting to hear nothing or anything else,
No, I'm grateful for it. I sure am.
Well, yeah. I want you to play more shows in Nashville.
I want to. I definitely want to. I got to get down there some more and get to play some other clubs. I mean, I've played a handful now, and every time we do a show, it's real exciting. It's a lot of fun. People enjoy it. Usually,
Mm-hmm.
turnout's pretty good, and then we go. Like one of the ones I did recently was the Bluebird,
Yeah.
and what an experience! That was nothing like any place I've ever played before.
Nope.
It's really weird. Not weird. It's really different. It's real quiet, right?
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop in that room. Nobody's on their phone, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But all the eyes are on you. People are listening. It's just such a different experience. It actually made me nervous, and I don't typically get nervous
Mm-hmm.
at all. I don't have stage fright. Like that's not ever been an issue. The Bluebird, that actually made me kind of
Well, I mean,
nervous.
the weird part about the Bluebird is it's got that long lasting heritage of where artists started out,
Mhm.
where they started out doing writers rounds or something. I mean, you got a list a mile long of artists that have actually played the Bluebird or just sat there and sung their songs, and like a writers round type deal.
Yeah.
It's just probably got about as much history in the Bluebird as they almost do in the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
The number of people that walked through those doors and played in that prestigious place,
Oh yeah.
it's really mind-boggling. And I'm sitting on the same stage. I'm sitting in the same room that all of the legends have played.
Oh yeah.
All the legends have sat here and strummed a guitar and sang some new songs, some originals, and it's just I think that was part of what was making me kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Um, but there's more clubs out there as well. I mean, there's other prestigious places like the Listening Room. I know is another big one in Nashville, and that's a place I aspire to also have the chance to play.
You want me to book you?
I wouldn't say no.
Or call them and say, hey, y'all need to let that Ryan O'Neal feller get up there. They'd probably throw me out. But anyway, you never freaking know, man.
You don't. So if anyone from the listening room is watching, just
They,
remember the name.
they don't watch my show. What are you talking about?
You never know.
That's true. I wish they would. But it's thinking back from when I met you, where you was at to where you're at now. I love seeing the progress that you've made. Your songwriting has improved, I feel. And there's a part of you that's always had that stage presence though. Because I remember when you was on stage down there and you was just like, you were right there and everybody that was watching, you pretty much was looking at all of them, acknowledging them being there and all that stuff and loving them because they were there, you know? And I love that.
Yeah, that stuff is a huge part of, you know, getting to perform and play the shows. I mean, those people are there to watch you. They're really excited to be there. I'm excited to be there. So it's always fun to interact with them and get to rile them up and have fun, right?
Oh
That's
yeah.
at the end of the day for me. It's about that. Music for me has always been a something that takes me away from the everyday life, right?
Yeah.
It's it keeps things exciting. It's something I'm passionate about, something I love to do, and I love to get to sit there and you know get the crowd riled up and like I said earlier, you know, watching them sing the lyrics back to me of my own songs. I mean, it's just that stuff is that's what I live for. That's what I do it for.
Yeah. And I love it. I can't wait to see more of what you do in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think we've got some big things ahead. That's to say the least. I think there's some big stuff coming, and I'm really excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm gonna work for it.
Oh yeah.
So,
And like every other musician out there, you got to have the day job.
exactly. Gotta have the day job.
Got to. Doesn't matter what you do in this industry. Everybody got to have a day job
Hmm.
because the nighttime job's a whole lot more fun.
That is true.
Okay, so I've got a question, and this has turned into, I think, is going to start being one of the questions I ask.
Okay.
And I've stumped a couple people with this question. When you're on stage and you've got the audience out there and everything else, what is the weirdest, craziest thing you ever seen?
Ooh, that's a good question. The weirdest, craziest thing I've ever seen.
Now, Savannah Ray, who you know, told me
Mhm.
20 minutes into her first song, a guy drunk off his ass face planted right in front.
Oh my God. That's intense. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen somebody do that. Um,
And Robbie Johnson, he was telling me he seen a metal plate fall off and hit a guy in the head.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I can't say that I've ever experienced anything that would compare to those, but I don't know. The only thing that really comes to my head is just watching people bawl, like bawl their eyes out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that wouldn't be the craziest thing, but I mean, when you're not expecting it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anybody get face planted or but that's I'm gonna keep my eyes out for that more often now. Now that you
Oh, yeah.
say it.
Well,
Maybe it's happening and I just don't know.
Robbie said that before he actually goes on stage, like during sound check and stuff, he actually does a light check because he doesn't like being on the stage where the lights are coming down and you can't see but maybe 2 rows back in the audience. He wants to see more of the audience. He's like, I don't want to be pointing singing to somebody and I don't even know who I'm pointing and singing to.
That's true. That is so true. When you're up there, sometimes the lights are so bright, they're so in your
Yeah.
face. And that happened actually at my most recent show back home here. We played a nice sized concert venue and they have the big bright lights, the big stage, and you're up there and it's just a sea of black. Like you can't see anything. It's just dark,
Yeah.
pure dark. And I really thrive off audience interaction.
Yeah.
So for me, that was really hard not being able to see anybody.
Well, see,
I
I think that's where a lot of people get a lot more energy when you can actually see who you're singing to. and
Yes.
they can see you, and it's just a big ball of yeehaw.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can feel the energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's dark, you can't see it. You can kind of feel it, you can hear it, but to actually watch the people singing and dancing and jumping and clapping and getting into it, that's the
Yeah.
energy. That's what I thrive off of as an artist, as a performer, as an entertainer.
Oh yeah.
So,
Because you could be dog ass tired and get on that stage, and that energy coming from the fans and being able to see all of it. And next thing you know, you're up there jumping and singing and doing all kinds of stuff.
yep, it's definitely like a second wind, right?
Oh yeah. I love it. Well, brother, I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me here. It's always a pleasure.
Well,
And
we're going to get you back in the studio here one day.
yes, definitely.
Because where you at? You up in Michigan?
Yes, Detroit. Yep.
I hate it. Brother,
It's def-
tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me really easy on all platforms under the same username. I'm Ryan O'Neal. That's IMRYANONEILL. I'm Ryan O'Neal. I'm RyanO'Neal.com. I'm pretty active on all my social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I like to share what's going on behind the scenes and cool pictures and all kinds of stuff. So stay up to date there with the social media and my website.
I love it. Dude, we thank you so much for being here. And everybody, thanks for watching Ryan O'Neal. And we will holler at you later, brother.
Thank you.
See you later. Da, 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 da. All right, everybody, please remember, like, share, follow, and subscribe. It helps us all. If you want to see these people in your town, that's what these promoters and booking agents are looking at. They want to know their stats, the like, the shares, the follows, the subscribes. They want to know all of it. They'll even go to Spotify and say how many times it's been downloaded and all that stuff. So, y'all get out there, help these artists out. If one of the artists that you like is coming to your town, get a VIP. This helps these artists out so much. They get to meet you in person, shake a hand, take a picture, and most VIP actually comes with some pretty cool swag you can get. So it's all nothing but fun. Well, we appreciate it, and y'all go enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon, and we'll holler at you later. Love you. Mean it. Bye.